My daughter chose her manipulative stepdad to walk her down the aisle after I raised her alone when her mother abandoned us years ago. Her name is Sophie. She's 24 now. When she was 3, her mother Claire packed a suitcase while I was at work and left a note on the kitchen counter. It said she wasn't ready to be a mother. That was it. No explanation. No goodbye to Sophie. I raised that girl by myself. I worked as an electrician during the day and took night classes to get my contractor's license. Sophie came to job sites with me on weekends. She learned to read sitting on stacks of drywall. I braided her hair before school every morning, even though I was terrible at it. For 15 years, it was just us. Then Claire came back. Sophie was 18 when her mother showed up at our door with a new husband named Samuel. He drove a Mercedes, wore expensive watches. Claire looked like she'd spent the last decade at a spa while I'd been working doubles to pay for Sophie's braces. I should have slammed the door. Instead, I let Sophie make her own choice. Within 6 months, Claire had rewritten history. She told Sophie I'd driven her away, that I was cold and distant, that she'd wanted to come back but I wouldn't let her. Sophie started pulling away from me. Our Sunday dinners became monthly, then quarterly. She started calling Samuel Dad in front of me like it was nothing. I bit my tongue. I figured the truth would come out eventually. Then Sophie got engaged. Her fiancé David seemed like a good guy. I offered to help with the wedding costs. I'd saved $40,000 over the years specifically for this moment. 3 weeks before the wedding, Sophie called me. Her voice was nervous. Dad, I need to tell you something. I want Samuel to walk me down the aisle. I couldn't speak for 10 seconds. He's been such an important father figure to me, she continued. Mom thinks it would mean a lot to him. Mom thinks. There it was. What about me? I finally asked. You can still come. You'll be at the family table with everyone else. Family table, not the head table, not giving a speech, just another guest. I told her I needed time to think. That night, I made a decision. I called Sophie back. If Samuel is walking you down the aisle, then I won't be there. And the $40,000 I saved for your wedding, that's going into a trust for your future children, not the wedding. She called me selfish. Claire called me vindictive. Samuel left me a voicemail saying I was damaging Sophie's special day. I didn't respond to any of them. The wedding happened without me. I spent that Saturday fishing alone at the lake where I used to take Sophie as a kid. 2 months later, I got a call from my attorney. Apparently, Samuel had convinced Sophie to add his name to the trust I'd set up for her when she was born. The one worth $180,000 from my parents' inheritance. He'd been slowly transferring money out. $47,000 was already gone. I smiled when I heard that. Not because I was happy, but because I'd suspected something like this might happen. That's why I'd quietly moved the remaining funds into a new trust 3 weeks before the wedding, one that required my signature for any withdrawal. Samuel had been stealing from an empty account for the last month. When Sophie found out, she confronted him. That's when Claire's whole story fell apart. Turns out Samuel had done this before. 2 other women, 2 other families. Claire knew about his history and married him anyway because he promised her a lifestyle she couldn't afford alone. Sophie called me crying. Dad, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I believed everything she told me. I listened. I didn't interrupt. Can you ever forgive me? She asked. I took a long breath. Sophie, I spent 15 years braiding your hair wrong because I didn't know how to do it right. But I showed up every single morning. That's what love looks like. It's not fancy cars or expensive watches. It's showing up when it's hard. She was sobbing now. I need time, I told her. Maybe one day we can rebuild this. But right now, I need you to understand something. What? You chose someone who showed up for 2 years over someone who showed up for 20. That's not something I can just forget. I hung up. Claire and Samuel are getting divorced. He's facing fraud charges in 3 states. Claire moved back to wherever she came from. Sophie sends me letters now. Actual handwritten letters. She doesn't ask for anything. Just tells me about her life, about how she's in therapy, about how she's learning what real love looks like. I read every single one. Last week, she wrote, I finally understand why you braided my hair wrong all those years. You weren't trying to be perfect. You were just trying to be there. I haven't written back yet, but I'm thinking about it. I showed up for 20 years. That's not something anyone can take from me. Not even my own daughter.